sure the stream title took. It did. Okay. So let's get into my save so that SoundSense will start working. SoundSense should be going. Gotta remember which save were we. I think it was Tito Titan. Are you gonna start up SoundSense? We'll find out when we get inside our fortress. Yeah, I played a whole bunch of Sekiro today and kind of wanted to keep playing that game, but I also wanted to not forget about my fort. If I spend too much time away from my fort, I will not remember it. We have petitions available. And they just want to eradicate monsters, which I don't care about. So I'm building some outdoor barracks. I have some indoor barracks. Let me quickly make sure that I have mouse cursors showing up on this window capture. I do. Okay. We have 48 dwarves. And I had a big image I found that was the quick start guide. Which I think what I want to do is go to infamous schedules menu. So MS. How many guys do we have per squad? We have 5 guys in the melee squad and 4 guys in the archer squad. So we're going to set 3 guys to start, 3 guys to train. It looks like I have that set. Okay, so they should be going. Yeah, and they're in their barracks doing something. Did we figure out bow training? We seem to. If we can look here, we can see some bolts in front of our archery targets. I'm building some outside barracks so that they can train. We have some iron armor in the works. We have some water skins and mittens. Backpacks in the works. Let's look at Dwarf Therapist for a second. I remembered that we had a master weaponsmith and we had a master armorsmith. So I didn't have to do any chicanery to get that to work. My plan, if I didn't find a immigrant that was good at weaponsmithing and armorsmithing, what I would do is I would sort by highest mutable skill, and I would go to everybody in this section, because generically any dwarf that doesn't have a skill trained high enough that can become a weapon, like any other mutable skill, will default to being a woodstone or bone crafter as their highest mutable skill. And I would just enable either weapon smithing or armor smithing to all of these people. And then I would just have them crank out cheap weapons or armor that I could melt down into back into ingots. And it would give them skill, and then once they had reached like skill level 1 in armor smithing or weapon smithing, they could go into a strange mood for those skills. And then just wait until one of my little stumpies got a strange mood and sort of weight the dice to try to get somebody to go into a mood that's a useful skill. Seems like that is what happened to Dastot. Like this, our armor smith got that way because of a mood. So did our very baller stone detailer, so don't have to look at this anymore. So we're going to be building our barracks out. We're going to go ahead and build them out here. We have the bases of the barracks formed. And we'll put living quarters attached. These will be the training rooms, and then we'll have living quarters that are not open to the air outside of them. And that'll be so that when our dwarves are training, they'll be training outside. So they can stay in the sunshine. I also want to build some walls. And you can press B to use DF hack to build out walls like this. It's less annoying. Have rock salt blocks. And this will just sort of extend the bottleneck of our fortress out. I'll get some traps built in there too. And then we can use this sort of natural space we're building here to actually put our living quarters in. And I think, yes, last time I think somebody pointed out that it is more than a little phallic. So let's take a look at our living quarters. Yep, I remember having set this urban planning out a little poorly. We have stone detailers working on that. Below that we have our workshops. Might have to dig some more forges. We got our animals inside. We've got some farms going. Here is our storage. We have a caged mongoose. Yeah, we had bought that mongoose. Have we done trading with these dwarves yet? We're halfway into the month, so it's very possible that we have or have not. I'll go ahead and presume that we have not. So we'll go up to our dining room, which is where I keep most of my levers. And we'll have somebody pull the trader gate. Yep. So I can request a trader at the broker. We can move in some crafts and trap components in. Actually, and one thing we can do. I guess we don't have any prepared meals. Hello, awesome at it. Okay, no. We don't need a trader. Because, the merchants are in fact leaving. You can tell they're, yeah, you can tell because, they're packing up their stuff. Yeah, I don't think we need Kaz the Amazed balance. You can kind of wall off this central tube, and that will keep our stumpies safe. Make invaders have to invade us from the front. traders sure take a circuitous route to get wherever they're going, isn't it? Where do my fishermen fish at? Do they literally just all go down here? Looks like they do. Looks like we just have... Oh, we caught that mongoose. Okay. We just have chinchillas and troglodytes as animals out and about. Thought we might have bought that mongoose, but no, we trapped that one. Okay. They are building away. How'd military go? We have dwarves training, and the archers may or may not be training their archery. I'm gonna move my barracks outside to out here pretty soon. This will be the training quarters. I think it's time that... Yeah, the more wealth your fortress generates, the more scary monsters can appear. What 3 workshops do I have here? A tanner shop, a butcher shop, and a farmer's workshop. I might build a fishery somewhere, just so that I can have... May as well build fishery here in the workshop area. Because I need to move the fishery that's outside. So we'll stick the fishery here. We'll make our fisher dwarves kind of go out of the way. But I already care less than any about our fisher dwarves, so that is completely fine to me. So, we need to build a ramp. We'll build the ramps. We'll build a ramp here out of whatever. Because they're going to be, the ramps will be temporary. They're going to be the ways our dwarves get upstairs. Because we're going to have to see about getting up here. But I think first we can use the channel designation to sort of plan out our housing for our dwarves in the military. Like, how much space is this? That is 11. So if I did that, that would give me 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. And I could dig it out to 12. Like something like that, and that could be my housing. This kind of shape. And I don't hate that. We will, we'll turn that blue, because I don't actually want to dig this. I'm just using this to show where my housing will be, which means we need to remove designation here. And we're going to build some more walls. This will give our military dwarves some little rooms. Yeah, I think the dwarf who killed 100 trolls was just a cool person. I don't think they were evil, as it turned out. I had a vampire in another fort, but they turned out to be a human bard that was visiting my fort. Okay, and that means we want to wall this off, which means I've got to cut down that tree. But build my walls before I cut down the tree, because If not, then the fallen wood will block my dwarves digging. Speaking of, I'm going to go to D and then X, because it's time to remove this. But I do need to dig that. So this will be this will be the training barracks out here where they actually train. And then in here will be where they can sleep and store their stuff. Let's just do the same thing over here. Dig out my guide. Yeah, that workshop is extremely in the way. That's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. Yeah, that's the same. Outside barracks, I want them to train outside so they don't become conditioned to living underground. Most of my dwarves are going to get conditioned to living underground, which means whenever they go outside, they will get sickened by the sun and start throwing up everywhere. It's actually quite nasty. I did this backwards. No wonder my count was off by 1. Because I use I want to channel here instead. The heck is my cursor at? Here it is. This is where my wall's going to be. That's what I thought. Yeah, they'll whine about when they get rained on. There is one super fancy thing I can do about that I probably won't do, but we may yet find the day where our military dwarves are just too unhappy from getting rained on that I might finally roof them in. Having your dwarves conditioned, it's called cave adaptation, is really not that bad of a thing. Workshop is going to be a pain in the tuchus until I get it removed. Okay. I got the D and M. Not that. M. We can do that. Then do that. And do D in to remove construction, to remove that wall. Now, not quite a roof, because if it's roofed, then they won't be in the sunshine, and that means that they won't actually get benefit from their outside training. Now, the fancy thing I would do would be to put a drawbridge on top of them, and then when it starts raining, to pull the drawbridge, to lower the bridge, and cover their barracks. Give them a sunroof. Some migrants. We had 47 dwarves. We'll take a look at our migrants soon. That little man looks like a little pilgrim. Who are you? Oh. He Anu Sakathzekdu is a pilgrim. What is a pilgrim? Yeah, bridges don't scare them, even though bridges are the most powerful force in the universe. It's true. We have one just over there, just over here, that's designed to destroy objects, no matter what they are. Let's take a look at our dwarves. We got 9 or 10 dwarves from that migration wave, and there's a drop-down menu that you can't see in Ops for some reason that sorts them by migration wave. And here's the one that just arrived. We had 10 apparently. Okay. A ranger. Another ranger, a child, a farmer, a legendary weaponsmith, a fish cleaner, a bowyer, a butcher, and a farmer. So nobody truly exceptional. We got a beekeeper though. How wonderful. Another legendary weaponsmith is never bad. Let's take a look at their military skills. We got some acceptable marks dwarves and 2 acceptable hammer dwarves. So that won't be so bad. We can maybe get some more recruits. But for now, I want to start getting some of these rooms filled out so that my dwarves will have enough stuff. I also need to see if I 60 beds, so we're, as of right now, okay on bedding. Yeah, mead, you get mead from bees. Beekeeping right now is not a very good skill. I do have to be a little bit careful because my dwarves are probably going to box some of themselves in, and then I'll get a bunch of job cancellations from the idiots who can't get out. Oh, and is this what I think it is? Yep, pile of vomit. I have some dwarves who are throwing up because they're hauling bricks outside. Yep, we have petitions available. Caddy Amazed Balance wants to live at our fortress to kill monsters, but since they're not mercenaries, they're instead monster hunters, they will not join our regular military. I'm just going to deny you. Yep, I'm about to get some boys. Yep, I got some boys walled in. Deep. But then the one who is walled in is smart enough to immediately start digging a hole through the wall that I told them to. One thing I should do is come to our pasture. What's in this? Heck is that? I want that coat. Anyways, should go here, pull the trader gate, just so that that's not open for the worlds to see. Come up to our pasture and look for anybody. Yeah, we got some more puppies we can cage, and we have a chick. they can go in here. Yep, there they go. And some of these walls will have been suspended, and you have to manually unsuspend them. Because the dwarf who was carrying the brick to put into the wall will have not seen them. One thing we should do is also set up a dump. A DB dump. We're going to dump these. Actually, no. Pond turtle shells are a precious resource. So instead, we're going to come down here. And we're going to remove a square. And we're going to make a new square. A new zone. This is going to be a dump. And we are going to dump all of these items into that one square. So that I'll have more room in my shell stockpile for shells. Hello, masses. You can see here, somebody threw up on my stairs. What the heck are these fools? Are they collecting this material with the wheelbarrows? Or this? A mighty hunter went out and hunted some chinchillas. Okay, so we're storing our turtle shells in one tiny square so that we can have more room for turtle shells. Okay, and my gambit worked. You can actually do that with most things. Oh, we have a mandate, yeah. But IX, we have to find our dump that I made. Okay, so the only zone here is this pin pasture. We'll claim all of these items. Move the dump on them. And now we have all of these stuffs. We have 40 mountain no, we don't. We have 4 and then 10. I thought we had 40 mountain goat bones, but we don't. Which means I don't have to atom smash all of those. Let's build some more walls. Okay. And we can go up a floor. And we got, speaking of floors, we're going to build some floors. And because of where I chose to place my ramps, I kind of chose a way that's going to make my dwarves take a very dumb route. I'm building walls. I want floors. Although floors would not be that bad. Having walls for floors wouldn't actually do anything wrong. It might screw up the next floor up if I build anything there, but probably wouldn't. That's a wall. And this will put a roof. A roof is just a floor from above. Yeah, and I do want to floor this over. And for anyone wondering, I don't want to floor that off yet, because I'm going to have to cut that tree down. Okay. Want to remove this because it wouldn't do anything. You're allowed to floor over things. Is that not a... What is that, open space? Rock salt. Oh. Guess I should build a wall there. They may not build that wall, though, because dwarves are very stupid. We'll see what they do. And up they come. And they're getting vomit all over my new barracks. That's okay. Speaking of, I should probably start having my guys train out here rather than inside. So let's go ahead and build an armor stand in here. And a bunch of archery targets in here. And it doesn't matter what these are, whatever's closest. Don't want any orthoclase ones. Because they'll be highly yellow. Okay. Yeah, they're vomiting because of the sun. Yeah. We also want to build some doors. And one thing we're actually going to have to do is get the stone smoothers out here, because there's some boulders out here that you can get rid of boulders by smoothing. And actually, let's just floor off all of this. That way the entrance tunnel to the fort is sealed off. I assumed, yeah, they've committed to keeping the old version updated even when they produce new ones. Which is I have to chop down both of these trees. That is a model that several old games like this have taken. It's actually what ADOM does. Is having a paid version with premium features and a free version with all the old same features you had before. I'm going to have to destroy that, there's a honeybee nest here. And I don't know what I'm going to have to do to get rid of that. I'm going to try channeling it out. How do you remove a bee colony? Okay. Can't dig it out. But you build a floor on top of it. Oh, well, look at that. We're almost out of rock salt blocks. Which means we'll have to come down to our production core. And nope, we have 2 masons working on making more blocks. Look at all that vomit they've done. Hi, Kaz. See my dwarves making this nice building? And vomiting all over it because they've grown to fear the sun. That's what the green is vomit. You can dig an extraordinarily large amount of the world out, but watch this. Here's the dig. Here's digging a line. If I try to dig a line to the edge of the map, he doesn't let me. You can't dig out the edge of the map. So even if you were to dig away everything else, you would still have a ring around the map. Plus, you dig down far enough, you're going to find some stuff. Yeah, we did floor over a beehive. And there's man, my hunters are killing the shit out of some chinchillas. Look at this. They've killed so many chinchillas. My masons are all busy, so let's remove all of these. Yeah, I think I do want to build another armor stand in here. Did I ever get soap going? No. I need to go to Dwarf Therapist and find some dipshits with nothing to do. Anybody whose current job is listed as fishing can make soap and potash. You guys, wood, soaping, potash making, lye making. I now have an army of soap makers. And we're going to build some beds. I also need to dig this out. I'll do that here in a mo. What are my woodcutters doing? Let's look at our mandates. No rings to export. Okay. That one might actually be annoying. Because rings include just random... Okay, maybe my hunters will stop just utterly mutilating these chinchillas because they've run out of ammunition, it seems like. Okay, so let's also get some coffers built. And I need to come down here and dig. Okay. They're probably not going to want to build that wall because some wood is going to land there. Did some wood land there? No. Okay, no wood landed there. Yeah, we could start making some chinchilla bones. Winter has arrived. But we live in a place that has a mild enough climate that... Man, what is all this stuff? Oh, it's cavy stuff. Must not be able to butcher... Just do I have my butcher... Is my butcher shop accessible? Yeah, it is. Like... They should, like... Yeah, they should automatically butcher stuff. Is my corpses too far away from my butcher shop? Might need to, like, build a butcher shop here. Because I kind of want my butcher shops, like, to be inside, but... If my refuse pile fills up with corpses too quickly, yeah, let's go ahead and get a new dump going. Yeah, we do have lots of lava. Looks like they don't want to dump the vermin remains, which is fine. Anyway, somebody pulled this lever. And we're going to get some cabinets built. So I'll keep my mason busy for a long time. And let's go ahead and move which barracks my melee squad is in. So we want them to be the muscular knives. They can sleep, train, keep their individual equipment, keep their squad equipment in here. And we come in here and hit that. And then we come over here, make these archery ranges. Make that one smaller. You shoot from left to right. It's going to be the turquoise knives. The turquoise gleams can train on these archery targets. And then the other one, the turquoise gleams can sleep, train individual equipment, and squad equipment. And then we come over here, remove that, and just start removing these. Now our dwarves are working outside, but we're not quite done yet. Because, we're going to have to, for one, I gotta finish flooring this out now. But I'm also going to have to build another string of walls up on out top, which means I need to build another ramp. Build it here. Because we're going to have to build. Because creatures can climb over walls. I should do this a little more intelligently, but I can't really. Actually, no. I ran out of blocks. Let's do one at a time. They can come up here, but they're going to wall themselves out very quickly. So actually, I could do something else. The wall actually doesn't need to be there. The walls need to be one step outward. And they're making it out of desert lime wood, which I don't want. I would prefer it all to be made out of the same material, as that would be a little more aesthetically pleasing. And we're going to run into a dumb quirk of dwarf fortress building. This corner, and this corner are all going to not be able to be built for mysterious reasons. Now we're not going to have enough rock saw blocks, so just let them at it. Yeah, see this guy? Yep, he's not so happy because he's out in the sunshine again, but this will, if he is in the sunshine long enough, he'll stop. I'm going to look at Dwarf Therapist real quick, just to see if we have any unhappy dwarves. No, our dwarves are super happy. Our unhappiest dwarf has a stress level of 36. Things don't seem to be a problem until they get up to stress level 10,000 or so. So, things are doing pretty good. Also going to have to, inexplicably, you are unable to build a wall over where a door is at. Or where a floor is at. So, to build this wall, I'm going to have to, oh, that guy was on vomit cleanup duty. Thank you, guy. So to build these corner pieces, we're going to have to build walls adjacent to the corners and ramps so our dwarves can reach the corners to build them. You have to make scaffolding when building in this game. The Soul Charm Syndrome? I don't know what that is. We should have used chinchilla fur to make our dwarves luxurious. We're also going to have to build scaffolding there. But I can build scaffolding here. That will be... I want a wall there. Actually, I want a floor there. That I can keep in place. And somebody should get around to building these later. But we're not done yet. Need to build a ramp here too. Because our final layer of defense wow, apparently the things we've hunted count as deceased. But we had a visiting merchant spear dwarf and a fishery worker killed by a were-Gila monster. So, the reason we need is we also want to come up to this layer, and we're going to build fortifications around this wall. And that will absolutely prevent creatures from climbing the wall. Because creatures can climb, like one-level walls like this, creatures can just climb over it. And if you do an overhanging wall, then most creatures aren't able to climb over that. But if you make an overhanging wall and then put an overhanging fortification set around that wall, not only can nothing climb over that, but your Marks dwarves can stand up here and shoot through the fortifications. I might make these ones out of wood. But before we do that, we might as well get these walls built. And we are out of those. I might set another mason on... I have 2 masons pumping out blocks. It wouldn't hurt to maybe set out a 3rd on it. So let's make another mason's workshop. and see if we can't just get even more. Somebody else working on those. Speaking of, let's look at this. We got our steel bar industry going. I'm actually going to have to build a furnace. I need a wood furnace. Because I need to burn some wood to make some ash. Because I want to make some soap. The production cycle of soap is a little confusing. What are my archers doing? At our military. They should be training. Oh, there is one. Okay, he's in there training. Okay. Just didn't see him in there. And one more thing we're going to have to do is the enemy of your walled fortifications are trees. We can also, game's lagging out a little bit. Yeah. We can remove this scaffolding. We're going to have to build some scaffolding there. Okay. Get some more of this going. Nope, not quite yet. Oh man, this happened. Okay. So we're gonna go to our food stockpile. And we are going to permit all eggs. Because we had a bunch of eggs hatch, so there are creatures just everywhere. Look at all these poults that have hatched. Look at them all. Actually, I think poults are what the game calls turkey. Yeah, poults are turkey eggs, or turkey hatchlings. So we want to go down to this food stockpile. We want to turn off... I'm going to turn off hen eggs still. Turn off duck eggs still. But we'll turn on turkey eggs. And when these turkeys grow up, we'll slaughter them all, and we'll have a ton of meat and a ton of turkey leather. We'll get some cabinets built in here. And then I'll have to decide what I'm doing with these rooms down here. I might use those for ammo, for like equipment storage. I can just dig in and then... What stats do turkeys raise? I don't know. Food stat. Need to... The turkeys will raise whatever stat that I've put gems into, of course. There's that guy coming to remove this floor. And once we get all this stuff built, there's a few more things we can do for our barracks to make them look a little nicer. We can build some roads, actually, and use roads to... Here's one thing we should have done a very long time ago. I just have failed to do. We're going to build some cage traps. And then we're going to build some weapon traps. It's not the most potent array of traps ever, but it will make it so that our fortress will be a little better protected. Because everybody who wants to go to the main gate has to go through there, which means they have to travel over an array of traps. The cage traps will stop almost everything. The weapon traps will attack anything that miss the cave traps. The cage traps are unbelievably potent in this game. I do not need people eradicating monsters. I think I have all of my ways into... The only way anybody could ever get into the caverns, and they're going to stay this way for a good while, is if troglodytes happened to come through here, which I don't think they can. I think I've made it safe. Tiny net could be a cage trap. Okay, so there we see our stalwart protection. And here's why. Okay, down here. You can see down here. Inside, light, above ground. This is inside. If you're inside in the light, your cave adaptation stat stays neutral. It neither goes up nor goes down. If you're out here, it's outside in the light and above ground. That means if you are cave adapted, each tick you spend out here, your cave adaptation will go down. And if you're in here, where it's inside dark subterranean, your cave adaptation tick will go up. The one disadvantage of my barracks outside is that my archery targets are positioned such that I cannot recover the bolts that miss when they hit the targets. And that sucker went ahead and built that archery target out of orthoclase anyways, which is a little bit of a bummer. One thing I might do is build storage up here instead. Just build a second floor here, where I have this floor set out. But first I have to get this walled off. And to do that, I'm going to go down into this workshop that no one's built yet. No one's built that workshop. My masons must just be all very busy. What if I did this? What if I suspended rock salt block productions on that particular workshop? Hey, the month changed, and now different dwarves are automatically going to go train. That's excellent. And our armor production is going right along. Okay, our rock salt is starting to match up with our microline in terms of amount. I think I'm also gonna dig this out. Can never have too much storage space. Give my diggers something to do. Need to build another scaffolding. Okay, that's all going good. That means I can get to this corner and do it. Keep hitting escape one time too many. We're making steel bar. How many steel bars do we currently have? 48. Okay. Means that we could maybe start doing some work on... I crushed a bunch of chinchilla corpses and forgot to uncrush them. Hello, Nanash. I have not... I've heard of RimWorld. I've never seen gameplay footage nor played with RimWorld. I know a lot of people who like it. Ooh, a Gorlak. What's a Gorlak? I've heard that before. Uh-huh. He's average in size. She's just a Gorlak. Oh, here we are. Ooh, you're tempting. Knowing that there's cave crocodiles in here means that I suddenly have a new project. Can I drill up and down just from here? I can. Let's do it from here instead. We're gonna try catching some wild animules. But we're going to be very careful about it. Cave crocodiles are very good creatures to capture. Because they produce they produce some eggs, but they produce a lot of meat and a lot of valuable animal products. And we can train ourselves to make crocodiles, which, if you're not into the idea of farming gigantic killer crocodiles, I don't know who you are. Let's remove this scaffolding. And we're going to build another ramp. And we're going to start building some fortifications. The fortifications are pretty special. Am I out of rock salt? No, I'm not. I think I will be after this. Okay. Can unsuspend that task. And let's find a person of nominal masonry skill to start training up as a mason via Topol, we have Cadden, and we have Sarvesh. Who is assigned to each of these? Cadden and Topol. So I can assign Savesh. Okay. So. Or Sarvesh. What is your current task? Make steel bars. Don't want to do that. You're a pretty skilled furnace operator, but I have a fair amount of those. I can take somebody else who has a worthless job. Some of these new bowyers. I think it's bowyer, but I like saying boyer. Make you guys into furnace operators and take Sarvesh here. And you're a really good furnace operator, though, so you can stay. And your new job, Sarvesh, is going to be making... You're going to run us out of rock salt. We do have a lot of extra space down here we're making. Plus, it just gets us more rock salt. Oh, I must have forgotten to actually make... Yeah, I didn't actually do this. Which was make that accessible to my diggers. Okay. And again, we're going to have to build yet more scaffolding to get this. Oh, we're out of rock salt. Okay. We're going to have to build yet more scaffolding. And building scaffolding here is going to be slightly annoying because I'm going to have to deconstruct those floors. We're also going to have to build advanced scaffolding. So... So I have to build it. I have to build a wall here and a wall here and a ramp. And then on this floor, I'm going to build a wall here and a ramp here. And then here, there they go. We're going to have to do it here too, which means I can actually, I think... Nope, that ramp won't help me. Actually, wait. I need to get here. Guess I have to build this corner. Have to remove these. Okay. And all just so that I can have, I'd just be able to build one wall here, though. Although I will have to build one here, too. Okay. Oh, pff. I didn't unset off Dwarf Therapist. I'm a dinko. We're building advanced scaffolding. See these walls here? I have to build 2 of them down here so that I can build a wall here to get to that one. Speaking of, it's time to do that. Although I can't yet because I haven't built the ramps yet. Okay. Now the scaffolding you kind of have to worry about. Actually, I'm also stupid because I'm going to have to remove these walls. Can I build a ramp on a floor? I don't think I can build a ramp on a floor. Yep. For inexplicable reasons, you cannot build on floors. Do not want anybody eradicating monsters. But my diggers are digging out here. Actually, we're going to come down here. And we are going to dig out a greater portion of this. Because I'm going to make it so that I have a controllable entrance down here. What ramp did you cease to... Oh, that. Sorry for your internet, Blazing Blade. They should build that fortification soon. They built that one. Oh. I know why. Didn't build the wall here. How am I doing on rock salt? Alright. What's that? Just some macadamia nuts. Yeah, our fortress is getting pretty secure. Game's lagging out. We've completed our steel wall. or steel bar production. I'm gonna just go ahead and order another 30 pig iron bars. Like a dinky. I was off by 1 there. They'll only build walls and fortifications if they have orthogonal access to it. So these corner pieces get kind of tricksy. Ah, Netflix. The hated rival of streamers. So now I need to remove these 2 designations. And I need to remove these 2 designations. Let's go down here. Get some cabinets built down here as well. Somebody carved a masterwork figure of dwarves, which is nice. And I can start getting some more beds built here too, just keeping my carpenter busy. And I'll quickly take a look to see what my engraver is doing. Nothing important. So we'll have our engrave our well room. The mayor loves his room. Oh, I need to make our well a meeting hall. You can tell your well works if this says active. If your well doesn't work, that'll say dry. And we can... Yeah, the Adamses have... I would definitely describe their creation of this game as Herculean. Okay. I just need to do this on the other side now. But I need to make more rock salt. Construct rock shop. Okay, construct blocks. Drink. Okay. Look at all those baby turkeys. That's a lot of baby turkeys. When they grow into adult turkeys, I'll be killing them. Herculean, or Sisyphean. That is a good distinction. Let's burn some wood. Because I need to make some soap. Who are you? An architect. Okay. Architecture is not a skill I have much respect for, because dwarves don't have that many good feelings passing by. Build a bed here. Passing by masterfully constructed buildings, but... Okay, can get rid of these. And you have to get rid of these one at a time, because if you just get rid of the ground floor ones, the structure will collapse, which could pierce through the ground and hit something down here. Month change, different dwarves are training. Let me quickly make sure nobody is seriously unhappy in Dwarf Therapist. Everybody's doing good. And I'm going to go to stocks, and I want to look at weapons. Okay, things are going pretty good. I'm just going to make some orders for some steel, for a few steel battle axes, and a few steel warhammers. And some, just another 12 copper crossbows. Because what your crossbows are made out of doesn't really matter that much. Copper is a fine thing to make crossbows out of. What if I did this and did not set them to train in it? Would they instead then train at the archery targets? And one thing I should do is go down to a forge, doesn't matter which one. Cyril. Who is Cyril? I think that's our weaponsmith. Yeah, that's one of our weaponsmiths. Olan. I still have Olan set as a weaponsmith. Yeah, they're forging iron bolts on repeat. That's what I wanted. I can go to ammunition. And they haven't been doing it. We have enough magma. Could let some more magma in if I felt like it, but... Making some masterpiece weapons out of steel. You love seeing that. Because steel is... almost the best thing to make weapons out of. I think steel is the best thing to make warhammers out of. But we'll go ahead and set our Mark's Dwarves to train here as well. Just because we're going to have to get them better at Mark's Dwarvesing somehow. And that method is probably going to be just capturing creatures for them to shoot. Okay. And those fortifications, I also saw this. Mark's Dwarf equipment mismatch. Not quite sure what that means. Let me Windows fail to find as I look at the image that tells me what that might mean. Who's giving me that message? Reg and Vukat. Well, let's look at them. Okay, Reg and Vukat. currently stuck on pick up equipment. We'll see if that works out. Oh, we're running low on copper. Yeah. Let's go to a random magma forge and say to make some smelt some tetrahedrite. And we're going to see that message spam for a while. Okay. You can get rid of these. I think I can get rid of this one too. Actually, no. Don't want to get rid of that one. Pretty sure my dwarves could get on top of my barracks just from going up and around, but there's no reason to inconvenience them. Okay, so my barracks are, for the most part, complete. I can build some storage up here later. What we're going to do is we're going to build some paved roads. We'll build them like this. And they'll act a lot like a floor will. But they'll be cheaper to build. And they'll keep like grass and stuff and bushes from growing. I won't put any there yet because I need to. Those will be where I can stick some doors. For some reason, you can't put a door or a statue or anything wherever a road is at, because the road counts as a building. But you can stick a road wherever a ramp is at, inexplicably. And it'll keep our barracks looking neat and not have bushes and tree saplings growing inside. Do you have anybody working on those smelting tetrahedrite? Yep, we do. That'll make copper bars for our... Ah, the dipshits. Somebody, I think... Oh man, look! That one's shooting the archery target. That other dwarf walked right in front of him shooting. Well, they probably weren't shooting because they were probably out of crossbow bolts. Well, that would stop you from shooting. What is my... Why take so many breaks? Yeah, only dwarves have steel. Um, at least humans and goblins and elves will never use steel. Okay, let's see why they will or will not use... Let's look at this. It's orange wood logs, so we'll try to build this out of orange wood logs. I won't build over the ramps this time. And we'll see if anybody will build the dang road this time. While that's going on, we'll come here to our dig. We're going to build a bridge that raises this way. And then we're going to build a lever right next to it. That'll control that, or over here, that'll control that bridge. And we're going to build some traps out there. And we're going to bait that trap with, actually, wait. Yeah, I can do this here. We're going to bait that trap to bait for gators. What is my dude doing? Do I not have Olan here on weaponsmithing? Do I have multiple dipshits named Olan? I do. Well, you're both going to be on. Anybody named Olan is now a weaponsmith. Because I'd rather not dirty up my other powerful smiths by having them just make crossbow bolts. Okay, one last thing to do here. To floor this over. Actually, might see about getting this done. And this will be a storage area for like weapons and armor. I'm pretty sure my dwarves can, yeah, they can take a kind of annoying routes to get there. Or maybe they can't. And I'll just build another ramp like here. In case I trap some dwarves up there. We're also going to build ramps here. It's much like the last time, after we wall this off, we're going to have to roof it off too. But really, all of what most of today's stream has been this. Getting this barracks set up. Is nobody building those roads? Oh, I guess not. Okay. These barracks seem quite sensible to me. Yeah, my guy's building more crossbow bolts now, you can tell, because my man here is shooting them. Okay. And then we'll build a roof here. And spring has arrived. Actually, doing this might mean that I might have to re-climber-proof my, my thing. But even if I do that, that's okay for now. Because the only thing that climbers would be able to climb into would be my barracks, which are where my military dwarves are going to live. So they can break into my military barracks to hopefully then be murdered by my military dwarves. But I will have to fix that, make this climber proof again. The wets of spring, yeah. And the way I would maybe do that is I might have to extend the climber overhang of this side of the barracks by 1. So just make the wall another layer and then put the just make the wall another layer high. That wouldn't be so bad. Means I'd have to remove those fortifications and maybe remove those walls, which would be a little annoying, but I also should chop down. I'm gonna have to chop down these trees, and then I'm going to probably dig out all of this from the top down. So like start channeling down just to flatten this area out. That'll completely safetyify it. I think the last thing I want to do today is to get our Crocalgator traps set. So we're going to build some furniture down there that will attract the gators, because the gators like to destroy furniture. But first things first is we're going to have to chop down a lot of trees. We might chop down enough trees to make the elves mad at us, but if we do, I don't think I care. I'd actually kind of invite trouble with the elves if I could. Yeah, I'm going to have to extend, which means I'm going to have to remove these. And maybe remove these too. Just for safe measure, remove those as well. But has nobody done this? Nobody's built that bridge yet. My masons have been all busy. Now I can solve that by taking... Why do you have no job? Yeah, that's what I thought. Although actually, let's suspend that so that you will go and build those bridges. Oh, okay, we are out of Fluxstone. Let's go ahead and cancel that order. Go back to where we were digging marble, wherever that was. Was it in here? It was in here. And start digging more. Kepi's building the bridge. Wait, this is going to be Caverns Gate. And could just use regular mechanisms. And we're going to use that to reach the caverns, but do so safely. Are you a regular cave spider or a giant one? Just a regular cave spider. That's fine. And then out here, we're going to build some cage traps and surround them with furniture. So that, fortifications might just have to stay sticking out in the wind. I should build these floors first. Man, am I out of... That would take more rock salt than I have. But I can set this guy at making more blocks. I should just do this. Let's make 100 iron bolts. Let's do it through here. Just my weaponsmith and training has just been super inconsistent about it. What's that cat doing out here? Let's go to here. You guys are all pastured, I think. There's that, there's the refuse cat, and then there's the seeds cat. But there's not a seeds cat, okay. I should have done that like a million years ago. Well, at least they're getting work on that big bridge. That big, road. Okay. Oh, Elven Caravan has arrived. How nice. I want to find my dig site. I haven't actually found more marble this way. We're going to cancel this. We're going to dig that out. And we are going to build a cabinet out here. And then we are going to build... Oh. They're not going to be able to until they dig that wall out. I'm moving here so much I should just move the F7 hotkey here. Yeah, so build, trap, cage trap. First cage trap we build is here. The next cage traps we build will be here. And then after these cage traps are built, I can wall off access to... I can raise the bridge, which will remove access to the caverns. I should also just... Nothing wrong with being a little overzealous with cage traps. And while that's going on, we can lower the trader gate. You still can't export rings, which would be a little annoying. Means we just can't accidentally sell any rings. Which someone has just made a masterpiece salt ring. So there's that. Do I have a workflow set up for... No, I don't. For cages. I want this to be 5 to 7. Want our guy to make cages. Or else this is all for nothing. You got the trader gate. Well, elves are traders. So it makes sense. So we're going to move crafts, and let's try selling our mongoose. We're out of trap components. So if I accidentally sell any rings, the person who will be mad will be... The mayor will set the dwarf who took the ring to the depot as the bad guy. But because we don't have any justice set up, they won't be mad about anything really. Make some more roads. Okay. And our guy is drinking, so. Okay, things are going okay. Wonder why my armor smiths just stopped. I know why. Because they want to do it here. Oh, goody. A troglodyte. Well, let's do this. We didn't get our cages built in time. Let's see what happens. They're getting their butt kicked. Although, let's look down here. Did any more troglodytes come to cause trouble? It's looking like the answer is yes. They're getting them, though. In this murder hallway. I think we got them. We can come back down here. Unsuspend these. And one thing we can do is look to see if our hospital is going to get any visitors. Because we have everything we need except soap, but I can make some soap. Because I think to make soap, soap is a little involved. We made ash. And now I need to make some lye, actually. We'll make 4 doses of lye. Don't know what this music means, but nobody appears to be in my hospital. Let's trade. A mongoose is only worth 65. Oh, also, that is a wooden cage, so don't try to do that. And no mandates, so we can trade, do not know why the clown music started playing. Let's wait for some more stuff to get there. You said there would be clowns. Where are the clowns? Okay. So we're trading with elves, so the word of the day is not to trade anything made of rock. Or wood. Man, there's sounded torch jokes again. My dwarves just love Santa torch jokes. Another one. The other dwarves are probably making stuff of Santa torch jokes just because the one guy yeah, there's another one. It snowballs. Once somebody starts making things of a image, your other dwarves will see that image of that image and then start making things in that image. It's vicious circles. Okay, I didn't make anything out. I didn't show anything out of wood, I don't think. So let's see what these tree huggers have. Yeah, maybe Santa Torch Jokes is a clown. That's very true. She might be. I can buy some stuff from you. No cool animals this time around. I can buy clothing from you, maybe. Man, you, your stuff sucks, elves. I think we killed all of the, you have more migrants. Okay. Yep, there's the troglodytes in our refuse pile. Can't export mittens. Our mayor likes them too much. He wants to have all the mittens to himself. Okay, so we're, so we're making these traps, and that cabinet is going to attract crocodiles. Then I will close the gates leading to the caverns. And this is really why you want to have any kind of military setup before you do stuff in the caverns. Oh no, we have some wounded. You can see our doctor taking care of them. I'm going to quickly make sure that there are people who have every variety of... yeah, okay. So we have every variety of medical labor is enabled currently. And we're getting these traps set up out of the way. We have some yet more animals. Let me look at dwarf therapist and see. Holy crap! We had a migration wave of 26 dwarves. Build some floors out here. We're going to go dig H. We're going to want to channel all of this down. We're going to floor off these Yep, we made too much money somehow. Let's go down to this pasture. Our fortress is becoming popular. That means I'll be able to expand our military. Let's set up a new dump. And these troglodyte bones and stuff will not be favored by our crafts dwarves to use. So we might as well just destroy them. Our cave traps are almost done. We only need 5 more cages. And our mining dwarves are mining away. Our miners are going slow, though, because they're outside in the sun. When you're cave adapted, you tend to move really slowly when you are out in the sunshine. Okay, our elven friends are not giving us any more, so let's close off the trader gate. Surprised we have yet to be besieged by goblins. Dump all of this. And that's all tattered stuff. Okay, our last trap is about to be set out here. We have 2 more traps to set. I think 1 more trap to set because we have only 1 more cage trap out here, and then we'll be good. There, he's about to do it. And we shall pull this lever. So this one tile bridges are actually kind of hard to tell when you have them raised or not. One thing I can do if it becomes too hard to tell is to actually build a retracting bridge. That's good enough. They dug that out wrong. I want to build floor. We're going to want to floor over these. And now there's not any garbage near our fortress. Come down here to the where is oh yeah, somebody had a baby. Where the heck is my did I deconstruct my I deconstructed the lever that attached to my atom smasher somehow. But now my fortress is sealed. Am I out of rock salt blocks? No. You never quite have as many blocks as you think you need. Okay, that bridge is raised. And we have some traps set. Looks like we've killed all of the local wildlife currently, but we might be able to trick ourselves into getting some crocodilians to train. And I think our next goal will be to our doctor's getting some practice too, which is not a bad thing. Some mild injuries can be good, believe it or not. Just so that our doctors are getting practice doing things. They're going to have to get more beds built. The one bad thing that might happen is the cabinet that I set out there is probably a masterpiece. And if it gets destroyed, then the guy who made it will be sad. That's it. Set these to be bedrooms. And there is actually one more thing I should do while I'm in here. Let's get some beds built out here. And we'll set these up to be a dormitory. And that way, if we have newcomers who come before I have housing set up, they will just have a place to sleep. We'll look at our military and see if our dwarves have improved their Mark's dwarfship. Yeah, some people have. And they're out training in the sunshine, so they're not going to get sick as much. Okay. That's some pretty good progress we've made. Our military dwarves are still not fully... Okay, one last thing I need to do. Let's get our garbage compactor going. And while that happens, I'll talk about what we did and how it is good. We got our barracks built. We got our dwarves using our barracks, and they're outside. So they're training in the sun. And we're expanding on it. We still need to build these walls up here. I'm going to wait until we have some more rock salt blocks made so that we can make it climber proof. We need to raise it another level or so. And then we are going to get some... I think I'm going to get some statues built in the barracks just so my dwarves like being in there more. And so my dwarves like being in there more. And then we're going to make some more weapons, make some more armor. Maybe start getting some steel armor going. Although I need to mine... What bridge should I assign that to? I'm pretty sure I assigned that to... Why did my garbage compactor go fall? Okay, now I gotta stop and make sure that every bridge is... For one, I need to name this bridge. And now I'm not trusting that this bridge is closed. It's only one tile. We'll solve that conundrum next time. Probably just by deconstructing this bridge, deconstructing this lever, and then like just rebuilding the dang thing. Let's make sure I didn't... Nope, the trader gate is closed. Why the heck didn't that smasher smash? Oh, one more thing we can do. Set this as a dormitory. Okay, so we got a dormitory set. We're getting our housing set up. This will give us 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 80 and change housing units, which will cover our current housing needs. And I might expand out over here into another block of housing like this. And then, one thing I can start doing is... Actually, it's easiest to do it this way. We'll get our engraver busy. Set engraver to engrave everything except these exits, because those will be the hallways which I expand outwards into. And if he engraves a masterpiece on a wall I later have destroyed, he'll cry and be sad. And because our guy is like super master, then most of the things he's going to be engraving are masterpieces. Okay, so we got our barracks set up. We're getting our military set up. We exercised our military by having them murder some troglodytes. And we got some trading done. I think that's going to be it for now. Thanks everybody for joining. Look at all these guys. Our fortress is getting pretty big. Didn't we have a baron who died? Or is that a different fort that I'm getting mixed up? So I'm going to quickly just make another ramp. That's not going to work. Has to be here. Just so I kind of like know what I'm doing next time. So let's save it and call it a stream. Good night, everybody.